Hi friends, and welcome to episode 3 of the Duplex Diaries. If you are new here, I am Sarah, also known as Budget Girl on the internet, and this series is a catalog of my journey into landlording and fixing up my very first house, which is a duplex. You can see a tour of the thing on the day I got it right here. And if you missed episode 1 and 2, I will have them linked below. The very first is cleaning and starting to fix up the place a little bit, and episode 2 is actually doing a bunch of repairs on the rental side of the duplex because it wasn't in fantastic condition when I got it, but we're working to get it there. If you want to learn to be great at personal finance, get your way out of debt, learn to build wealth even on a completely average income like mine. I used to be low income, now I'm average. I encourage you to like this video and also to subscribe, because today in episode 3 we are tackling getting new lighting, which, believe it or not, makes the hugest difference in the world. I'm also painting the baseboards, the trim, and the doors before the flooring gets ripped up and installed. And I'm doing this because if I paint the baseboards now, I won't have to tape everything off and paint them after the floor is installed, which will be episode 4. I'm also installing a new back door with windows in it, which makes a huge difference to the back end of the house because there are no windows in there. I also am taking you guys along with me on a trip to Home Depot to buy some big kid equipment, and I'm introducing the dogs to the new house. So go on and get ready to have fun with me. Let's watch. I want the instructions, so I'm just going to assume this mostly involves me screwing stuff together. Also, I thought it came with the light bulbs. Apparently it does not. This is good that it's not as big as I thought it was according to the measurements. It's a weird sentence to say, but I was choosing between this one and a Sputnik style lamp that had even more little globy things, and that one was bigger, and I didn't want it to overpower the dining room table. I think Maggie's trying to catch a fly. I didn't want it to be too small, but I didn't want it to be too big either. And the pictures, it makes it look huge, of course. I think this is probably a good size for the table, which is a very normal round 4-seater table. I was looking at gold ones at first because I'm a big gold fan, but I think this is a little bit more classic and just a little more modern and chic, and I can leave this in here once I rent the place out, and I think it'll probably appeal to more people than like a bright gold Sputnik would. Who knows? Jacob is concerned about the Sputnik style at all. He thinks it's weird and sci-fi looking, but I think I'm a fan. I've never picked out lighting before. Okay, so back over to the paint. The paint we did yesterday looks good. Need more coats, need to do the kitchen. The floor guys could come as early as tomorrow, so trying to get it out of the way. Earlier at the house, I managed to do most of the kitchen, and Jacob managed to switch out the door. Now, there is some door stuff that still needs to be done, but it's in and it locks. So we'll figure out the rest of that later. Part of the frame might need to be replaced. Right now there are a lot of little holes where various locks have been installed there, and it does not look great. However, that's fine. New door, and it looks amazing with all the light coming through. I love it. I'm so excited. We came home, Jake was exhausted, and she should be. That was really tough work. He took off that door like 3 times. I got a text from my handyman who says he's going to start on the floor demolition tomorrow, which means if I want to do the rest of the baseboards and those doors without having to worry about getting anything on the floor and do the drop cloth and everything, I need to finish them up tonight. So we came home, had some leftover pizza from the other night, and Jacob's hanging out. He's really tired. And I am gonna go keep painting. So it's really not that bad, especially when I listen to like an audiobook. It's almost meditative. So I've been listening to The Polygamous Daughter, and that's really cool. I love a autobiography about like a really interesting person or situation. Rory is coming with me because she's a good girl, and Maggie got to go earlier. Yes? Yes? And let's go work on the new house some more paint. It's night. It's actually my first time here in the darkness, and I'm all alone. The floor people are coming tomorrow, so I want to finish up the kitchen side of painting while I can. I also just took about 20 minutes and picked up all the stuff, all of the tools and everything like that Jacob and I brought over, and tucked them away just because it's so easy when you're like working in a space to accidentally like grab the wrong tools. So we want to make sure that mine and Jacob's tools are away and the spaces are clear to make it as easy as possible for them to tear up the floors. I also got a big kid paint tray. I have one of these at home and I forgot it, so I stopped by Dollar General on the way here. It was only $5, and I think this is going to expedite some of the door base stuff. And for $5, this is a pretty good little kit. It'll do. Let's get into it. Oh yeah, it's 9 o'clock at night. And Rory's here with me. Okay, so pause. Future Sarah here. Going back in time to tell you that the Dollar General paint kit was not a good investment. The actual tray was fine and I used it throughout the entire painting process, but do not, if you value your hands, buy one of those cheap, flimsy little rollers with just a little plastic thing. I hurt my hands so much. I had to paint this entire house. Go to like Lowe's or Home Depot, buy one with a grip, buy like a decent one, and buy a stick so that you don't have to go all the way up and down. You can do it from further away. Game changers. Also, I recommend just getting a little like a slightly better quality brush. It will paint much better texture. If you get a little shorty Wooster or a Purdy, and just make sure to wash it every single time after you use it, that one brush, like a 2-inch one, will get you through the entire project pretty much. One brush. And it's gonna cost like $6 versus like the little $1 crappy brush. Big difference. So coming at you from the future, if you're taking on a big paint job, nicer rolly brush, one decent 2-inch angled brush that's a brand name, and get a freaking stick. The paint pan doesn't matter. I also used an edger in a few spots, and that helped a lot. If you can't climb up to a place, use the edger. Let's chat. I'm also installing those little door stoppers on all the doors because I've found that behind almost every door on both sides of this duplex, there are like these giant caverns where the doorknobs have just like slammed into the walls and pummeled the sheetrock. It was $10 for 15 door stoppers off of Amazon, 2-day delivery. So I'm going to install those, and they're going to be there in time for when I go over on Sunday so I can install them on her side too. I did notice when I did the inspection that at least one of her bedrooms, there's like a big, I'm probably actually going to like have to cut out a piece of the sheetrock behind one of the doors because it's bad and it was not fixed properly. So I'm excited about this ladder. I already, it's weird to get excited about ladders as a homeowner, but I shopped one online. It's up to like 500-pound weight, which is good because I don't need a shaky ladder, and it's the kind where it can be like an A-frame or go up on steps or be a straight frame, and it's only $100, which I think is a pretty good deal. So did my research because I'm like that. I'm gonna go get it. I'll show you the flooring I'm gonna get too, but I'm not gonna do it today. I'm gonna make Jacob help me carry it. Okay, let's chat. So, this Gorilla ladder that I ever so carefully researched online seems like a really good purchase. It's like $109. It has a high weight capacity. Actually, the one online it said 400. That says 300, but still, but the ledges are very narrow, and honestly, I felt a little unsecure climbing up it. Now, the cool thing about this ladder is that it can do like the A-frame, go on steps, and it can extend out like this in case you need to be on the roof or anything. However, The main reason that I need it right now is to paint 2 entire houses, pretty much. On the renter side, I need to paint her ceiling in 3 different rooms, and on my side, I need to paint all of my ceiling. Or, well, the ceiling is fine, but I need to paint up to the ceiling. And now I am wondering if perhaps just a tall step ladder might be better, because the ledges are wider and I feel a lot more comfortable. I feel a lot more sturdy climbing up that. I guess I could always buy a bigger ladder later if I need it. I have a little step stool, but I don't think it'll get me to the ceiling. I would rather underbuy than overbuy. And it's not like I'm not going to use a step stool, I guess. I don't know. Maybe this is a mistake. Maybe I'm cheaping out. But I think I'm going to buy a step stool instead of a ladder. Even though I've been talking about buying a ladder for like a week and a half. Not just to you guys, to everybody. I was like, I'm a homeowner, I need a ladder. Also, my roof is new, so I'm likely not going to need to get up there very soon. Yeah, step ladder. You can kind of like do all the research you want, but you better be willing to test it out and make sure it's really what you want before you buy. So I am now the owner of a caulking gun. Woo. Kind of interested by that. I actually wasn't positive I needed a gun when I had the tube. I was like, do I need a gun with this, or can I just squeeze it? But then I saw the caulking guns, and yeah, I need one of those. So, on unfun fact, paint sticks are no longer free. They're $1 for 3, which I blame DIYers on using paint sticks for so many things and not paying for them. I mean, a few is fine, but like I've seen chandeliers made out of paint sticks and, you know, like whole bookcases. I'm like, yeah, eventually you're going to start charging for those. So, $75 later, I have a mini roller, hand brush, edging tool for paint, which I'm not sure if that's going to work or not, but I have a lot of ceilings and edges to do, and if it helps, yay. Also, some paint sticks, caulk for, and I didn't tell you what the caulk was for. Some windows need recaulking, and that was just something I don't even think we asked the homeowners to do. It was just something that we saw, the inspector noticed and said, you need to do that. So I'm going to recaulk some of the front windows, and I have a step ladder now. So, yay! I didn't crack 100 at Lowe's. I'm sure that'll come soon. Let's go to the house. Okay, so Rory is about to see the new house for the very first time. Let's go.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Okay, well, that was a productive hour and a half-ish. I got through a couple chapters of The Polygamous Daughter while I scraped down some areas that had been overspackled, pulled nails, and then filled all the holes that I could find in the bedroom. I think that's going to be enough for today. Oh, and I figured out what paint we have here. The white and 2 grays, and that will help me on Saturday. Bad news is that the painter's tape that I got from King Dollar might not be the best. I put some up just while I was just around the kitchen cabinets while I was waiting for the security guy to finish, and some of it's coming off. So maybe learn to invest in that next time. I'm very glad I brought some water over here. I think it's just gonna have to be, you know, baby steps. And then one day I'll look up and it'll be mostly done. maybe not. I also took down part of the antenna in that room And I have screwdrivers to get rid of all the TV mounts. There are 4, but they take hex keys, so I need to bring a hex thing over. So, headed home, gonna clean up, and try to do some budget roll filming tomorrow, because I'll be back here Sunday to do work next door. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching episode 3 of the Duplex Diaries. Next week, we are going to be doing the outdoors and the floors. You're going to be able to see the entire floor renovation process, and I'm going to be doing a lot of work in the 100-degree Texas heat in the backyard. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're enjoying this series and you just want to keep seeing me win with money, because I'm going to link a couple of videos from way back in the day when I was poor AF and I was struggling to pay off debt, and I don't think necessarily that version of me could fully conceive how much fun it would be to be this version of me. And I just gotta say, I really appreciate everyone who's been along for the journey, and including anyone who's new here. So like this video if you like it, subscribe if you wanna, and I will see you next time. Bye.